Okay, I'm going to give you guys 3 quick objection handlers for commission. Okay. The first time somebody says, Michael, will you cut your commission? I'm going to say, no. Are there any other questions before we get started on the paperwork? Guys, the first thing you have to understand about objections is most of them aren't objections. They're usually just a question, right? And so it's fun, it's fair to blow right past them, right? You don't have to address every single question with a direct, counter or whatever, right? Like, don't freak out and don't get all worked up about it. Now, I'll literally say, no, are there any other questions before we get started on the paperwork? No, fantastic. Here's the property disclosure form. I go right into my disclosure form. If they ask me again, it will usually come in the form of, hey, but this other agent said they would do it for less. And then I would look at them and I'd say, Susie, let me ask you a question. Like, if an agent's not willing to, or not strong enough to negotiate for their own commission, what makes you think they're going to be strong enough to negotiate for the price of your home? Shaking my head back and forth the entire time. And she'll say, yeah, I guess you're right. Fantastic. Are there any other questions before we get started on the paperwork? No? Great. Here's the property disclosure form. Now, if they ask me a third time, here's how I handle it the third time. The third time, let's say she says, no, really, we'd really like you to cut your commission. I'll say, well, Susie, as I showed you, my listings sell on average for 5.25% more than the average real estate agent's listings in the marketplace. So even if I charge you 2% more than every other agent out there, that means you're netting 3% more with me, 3.25% more with me than you would with any other agent out there. So really, the only question I have left for you is, what's more important to you? How much I make or how much you make? All right, fantastic. Are there any other questions before we get started on the paperwork? Great, here's the property disclosure form.